Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Susan Timchak here, also known as Stampin' Sue Creates. I'm here to share with you some fun ideas using the December 2019 Paper Pumpkin subscription box, which is called Something for Everything. And this truly is a Something for Everything box filled with lots of fun goodies, something that will take you throughout the entire year. Now, if you're not a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you'll want to go back and watch my unboxing of this, which I did yesterday, and I have it posted under my videos under the playlist for Paper Pumpkin. But the Paper Pumpkin subscription box does come every month. It's a monthly subscription, and you get a stamp set, you get an ink pad, sometimes two. You also get envelopes if they're for cards, and they're really fun envelopes this month. You'll also get all sorts of embellishments, and you can see I still have a lot of embellishments left to create with. And this month we had gold embellishments. We also had sheets of die cut, self-adhesive die cut embellishments. And we also get Stampin' Dimensionals. This time we didn't get any glue dots, but we did get the dimensionals. Here's another one of those sheets. And we also got some real pretty rhinestones in two different sizes. And we got enough card bases, 3 different designs, to make 12 different cards with a suggestion as to how to create them. And also 2 sheets of punch out borders that you can stamp on. I still have a ton of those. I wasn't really using a whole lot of them. And then, of course, you get a subscription, not a subscription, you get a paper that tells you step by step how to put your kit together, some additional ideas on the back, everything that's included. And when it comes delivered to your door, it comes in this real pretty box. This month we have some pretty polka dots on there, so it's a lot of fun. So I want to share with you, I took some time today, it was a busy stamping day here, and I created some fun cards. Now, I'll go through these first cards were the suggested cards by Stampin' Up as to create them. So let's take a closer look. So here we have a beautiful thank you card. Now again, you can put any sentiment on there that you wish. And I'm often asked about, well, what about the inside? Well, here's what I did. All my little scraps, I don't throw any of those away. I put them on the inside as well. The one stamp that is not words is actually this real cute stamp. Let me put it here so you can see it. This one right here that has, it's one stamp and it has 3 different flowers on it. So I use this on the one side of the inside, and the other side of this I can go ahead and write in there whatever I want. These are great cards because the other side has a solid color on it. So I'm going to show you what I did with that. Second suggestion by Stampin' Up is this real pretty card. And although these cards all look like they could be just for females or, you know, women, men, you know, girls, whatever you want to call us, I'm going to show you a card that I used this base to make it a little bit more for a man. And on the inside of this one, I'm not sure if you recognize what that is, but that is actually a piece of one of the envelopes that I cut off here, and then of course I used the other piece somewhere in these cards because the rest of the envelope is white except for the flap. So I needed a piece of layering, and I had this piece left over, so I just trimmed that and I put that on the inside, and I stamped a few of the flowers. Now the third card suggested by Stampin' Up is this one here, and these are all very simple basic cards. Because of the gold and the few little scattered rhinestones, I really think that zhushes them up quite a bit. And the inside of this, again, using a scrap piece of cardstock and some flowers stamped at the top. Now the ink pad that came with this is a coordinating color, which is the terracotta tile. So that's the ink that I used on all these. So you would be able to make 12 cards 3 different designs and 4 of each, if you chose to just continue on with the suggestions by Stampin' Up. But I thought I wanted to spruce it up a little bit. So let me show you what I did. Now I did bring in additional cardstocks that I already have. I have a whole bin of them what's left over when you cut different pieces of cardstock. So this one I'm going to bring in my Early Espresso. So this is real pretty, and again, this is where I cut the card in, in half, and this would have been the back of the card. I put it on the inside, again using a little strip that was left over, and stamped those little flowers on there. So just a little bit of a different layout, but look how pretty that is. So that's that one. Now this one I thought was really fun. This is a fun fold card. And here's where you can see that I used a lot of the little pieces that were cut. This is one of the card fronts I put on there, and I stamped the shaded spruce, which is one of the coordinating colors. I stamped with the shaded spruce right on the scrap piece. These little dies are of course included in the kit, as are the gold pieces, which this one I cut apart, and I put one part up there, one part up there, and then another one there. Did a little bit of layering. Then on the inside I did a little strip here with the white, and here's where you would write whatever you want to write, and stamped the little flowers in the corners for that one. Now this card I took a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I created this fun card. So you can see the versatility, from what they originally were to just, sit down and play with them and see what you come up with. This one I cut part of the top, part of the bottom, and then the back of the one where it has the shaded spruce, I cut a piece of that. Here's where I used part of the envelope there, and those flowers, and of course the rhinestones, and the inside pretty much the same thing, with just stamped right on there and the little scrap to embellish the inside. Okay, next up was I was using up a lot of the extra scraps I had. So these little triangles were actually 1-inch squares that I cut on an angle because I had them left over, and I had another strip here, a 1-inch strip with the striped, and just did a little bit of those, the gold stickers, and just little bits and pieces that were left over, and put this fun card together, just because. And then the inside, I took one of the stickers and I put that on there. You could stamp, a saying in there. I left all these blank because, sometimes you just need a card just because. And you might not want a saying inside, or you can add your saying later when you comes time that you need a card. Don't put anything on there and just have it ready to go to just stamp. And I used those fun little flowers. I used some Wink of Stella on the flowers. I used it on a few different of the cards here. So there's another one. Now this one I thought was kind of more manly. So this piece here is actually the card. The front of it has those stripes on it, and the back has the shaded spruce. And when I trimmed it, this would be where the score line would be. You probably can't see it, but that's where the score line would be for the card. So I just left that attached and cut it a little shorter, did a little bit of layering, and it just because sometimes you just want to send a card. And being I was kind of going with a more masculine look to the card, I just kept it simple. On the inside, just cutting one of those strips from the back of this one here. So when I cut this off, this is what I was left with. So how fun is that? So there's that one. I have 2 more things to share. So this was the first card that I came up with. I was kind of like, okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I used the flowers, and on the crushed curry, I stamped with crushed curry the flowers to make a background, and just a little bit of embellishments. Now on the gold piece that you have, let me bring one of these in here. you'll notice a few additional stamped images, punched images. So when you're done with this, you have all these extra areas in here that you can punch out with one of your punches, use one of your dies, whatever you want to. And if you're really creative, you can even use these as a mask. I would put your embossing buddy on the back. That will remove the stickiness when you peel this away, and you can use these very easily as a mask. So, you know, don't discard this. Then, when you're done with all the gold, this piece that's left behind actually has a sheen to it, and you can use that. I'm not going to be able to peel this off of here, but anyhow, just like your dimensionals, you'll be able to use this because it's kind of has a little what's the word I'm looking for, where things won't stick to it. So you can use that on your work surface when you're gluing down items as well. So every little piece of this paper pumpkin kit will come together. Now, something new I'm doing for the year 2020 is I wanted to do a 3D item, but I just ran out of time. And I was just kind of like, okay, I think these are a lot of things. So I created a fun little Memories and More, or a scrapbook page to put in my little binder. And you can put a picture here if you want. You can put a quote here if you want. Let me take this out. This is one of the Stampin' Up! Sheets that you get in an assortment pack. This one is a full sheet. So you would just cut your piece of extra cardstock that you have in your stash. I cut this at 6 by 8, and I use all the extra little elements and little things left over. Now, if you notice, this up here, this almost reminds me of an eyebrow, or kind of like the Nike, or maybe this way it can be like a spoon or whatever. But these are the leftover pieces. When you use this image here, you can see that you have extra pieces that come out. See, like this. You can use this for something that almost looks like a leaf. It's hard to see with the glare, but it looks like a leaf. So that's where all these extra little elements came from, is when I peeled off that little oval swirly thing. So I just scattered them about. Down here on the bottom, I used the little images that, you know, have the adhesive on them, and a few little rhinestones. I did put Wink of Stella on the flowers, and up here on the flowers and the leaves. And I just think that that's just a fun little scrapbook page, or maybe you want to do a little bit of journaling. Say the first of the year of January is coming. You may want to start a little, well, I won't put it back in there. You may want to start a little book with little, you know, quotes or something like that. Not even necessarily a photo on there, but you can certainly put a photo. So those are all the fun projects that I created out of this December 2019 Paper Pumpkin subscription box. And there's still so much more left in this box that I can keep creating. So it really is a great value if you're thinking of starting Paper Pumpkin. You want to definitely take advantage of our, let me move it this way a little bit, of our celebration that's going to be happening starting January 3rd, where with every $50 purchase, you'll get a free item of your choice out of the celebration catalog. You'll also want to think about doing a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. And you'll even get more products. With $150, you'll even get host benefits. So, because $150 is actually considered a party where you get the rewards for that. So it's something to think about. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you continue to keep coming back. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You'll receive notifications if you hit that little bell when I upload new videos. So if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin, be sure to reach out to me. I'll post my website down below where you can go ahead on there and check out more information on it. Or you can always contact me at stampandsuitcreates@gmail.com. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye for now.